Hello, Euphorians. Welcome back to That's So Euphoric. Today's episode marks the complicated start to ThunderKitKat's evolution. We get to see Kat chug pina coladas as a middle schooler, transform into Khaleesi, queen of fanfic, and we even go as far as having to take a front seat to her stimulating a disgusting diaper man on the interwebs. Ugh. This episode is truly feeding us all the teenage feels and angst. Rue and Jules have their first fight, their first kiss, and even an intimate photo shoot, all in under an hour of footage. While shit is hitting the fan everywhere else, we get to learn BB's real name, reveal the mysterious departure of the actor who was originally slated to play McKay, and find out how One Direction feels about their animated sex scene. I've already spilled way too much tea, so let's just shut up for now and let's get euphoric. Hello, Alex. How are you doing?
Hey, Paige. What's up? What it is? What's good?
You know, week 3 of quarantine. We're still being safe. We're staying indoors because that is what the New York City has asked of us, and we are good citizens. So we have been inside now for, a little over 3 weeks?
Yeah. Fucking 3 weeks in
3
this
weeks.
Small apartment.
But what can you do? You know, when life throws you, I don't know, what is it? Lemons? Make lemonade. or in this case, gin and tea.
Gin
and lemonade. There's lemonade in this, huh?
Yeah, it's an Arnold Palmer.
Oh, Arnold Palmer. So when life throws you lemons, make an Arnold Palmer.
With gin.
With gin.
Yep.
So, anyways, that was a really stupid joke. Moving on, I have some fun. I feel like I have some good Euphoria updates, like some tea, if
Hit
you
me
will.
with the updates.
I know, some hot
What
boiling
you got?
tea. First of all, I have to say this first because I'm still like low-key freaking out. I know like you have it like fine and you're not freaking out, but I am absolutely fucking freaking out. So, everybody, this weekend, Sydney Sweeney, who plays Cassie on Euphoria, if you don't know that, like you probably shouldn't be listening to this podcast, or you should go turn on HBO and watch Euphoria. But she watched our live our Insta stories on That's So Euphoric on our page.
That's so hot.
That's like insane. So like it was
hot.
weird. We like tagged her. So a real brief short story and background on this. Alex and I actually met her at a New York Fashion Week event. It was very, very brief. Like when I say meet, it was just like I got to ask her a question. I stood up and like asked her about her fashion and how she like.
A question which I came up with.
Yeah, okay. Alex gets credit.
Yeah.
He thought of the question because mine was stolen by some other bitch in the crowd.
I thought of the question because Sydney Sweeney is from my home state, Washington State. What up?
She's from Salem.
She's from she's from Spokane originally.
Oh, really?
Small ass town in the middle of fucking nowhere.
But it was really cute. So Alex and I both got to ask her this question. He videoed me. If you want to see it, it's actually on our story highlights and it's labeled Cassie. But go ahead and watch it there. I might put it on our live as well. But it was such a great day. You can ask Alex. My heart was racing. I was sweating. She's my favorite on the show. I mean, her and Maddie are like a tie for me. Actually, I really love them all so much. I don't know who would make me more starstruck, but she's definitely like up there. She's number 1, I think.
Yeah.
So
She was very nice.
oh, so nice,
Super
so
cool.
cute, so
Looked
petite,
great.
so small, like great jugs. She is like a hot badass bitch. No, but
you
really,
said it, not me.
I know. I'm just saying like she's hot, like, but that's not all she is. I guess what I'm saying is like I think a lot of people like see her as just like a pretty girl, but she was like really dope. I absolutely adore her. And then
She seemed very low key and like down to earth.
yes, so humble. Then, as if it doesn't get any, I'm thinking this is amazing, like pinch me. Then I go to watch my own personal Instagram at @pblazer, and she's watching my stories on my personal account as well.
OMG.
I'm clapping for myself because that is like, that goes down in the books. Like that.
Life made.
Life is made. So yeah, so I don't know how you like really go up from that. So unfortunately the rest of the episode will go down. But that is like a huge moment for both of us and we're very excited. And Sydney, if you're actually listening to this, which I doubt you are, but like if you're that bored and you are, like that is so great and you should probably be on our podcast. Okay, the gin's hitting.
I mean, she should be. Cassie's probably one of the only characters on the show we don't just totally rip on.
No, absolutely, because she's an angel. And she really is a badass bitch. I love her. And I love her in real life. That's the thing. I love her character, but like I love Sydney Sweeney. And
she's great in a lot of other stuff, too.
Oh, yeah.
We just saw her in Under the Silver Lake, where she has like a pretty minor role, but she was still like good. And we've seen her in some other stuff as well.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale. She's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, she's really racking up those titles. Like her resume is looking very nice this summer.
Rack them up, girl.
So, anyways, moving on from that story, then we go on to Algie Smith, who plays McKay. He dropped a single this weekend. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but like it is funny. First of all, Algie Smith's new single. Oh crap, I already forget it. I think it's called "Push Me Away" or. Fuck, I need to look it up. But anyways.
Whatever.
Pushing You Away.
It doesn't matter.
It's a real banger. We'll definitely plug it. I think I already did plug it actually in our stories, but like I'll plug it again. Like go buy it on iTunes. It's a real quarantine bop, kids. I'm not trying to be rude. Like it's not like the worst. It could be much worse than it is. Did you actually listen to it or no? You probably didn't.
You played me some of it. I was not impressed, but like...
I know you're not impressed, neither am I, but like it's not the worst. I've heard so much worse.
Yeah, for sure.
But also another like hilarious thing that's actually kind of not cool but like funny. I was on Insta. He had an Insta live. He looked like he was at a bar, which I am gonna criticize him a bit here. We are in quarantine. I don't care where the fuck you live. Like, why are you at a bar? And he was bragging about being at a bar because people were live. Like, people can comment in a live thing. I'm explaining to Alex because he's on Instagram a lot. But like,
I fucking know. You don't have to explain.
He's kind of a boomer in the social media world.
Oh god.
Just kidding.
Hey, I have a TikTok.
I know that's true. But anyways, you can comment on live stories as we know. And I commented and I was like, "Whoa, dude, you drunk?" And then I put like "laugh my ass off" or something. And he responded to us, and I actually put it in our Insta story, but he literally responded and was like, "I ain't drunk, like, I only had one beer." So he responded to my comment, but also, like, yeah, once again, here to criticize, like, why are you at a bar, A? Like, we're in quarantine, be a good citizen. Like, I've had to sit in my fucking studio apartment that's 400 square feet for over 3 weeks now. Like, you know, you're a rich celebrity, like, sure, he's not Leonardo DiCaprio, but, like, he's living quite well.
He could quarantine in style, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean... Go sing "Push Me Away" on your balcony all day long. I don't care, but like, why are you at a bar?
Yeah.
I don't know. And people were commenting, being like, social distancing, why aren't you doing it? And you could tell he was ignoring it. And then he finally, like, drunkenly was like, "Yo, I can be at this bar if I want." He said something like really, really, I don't want to quote it, but like he was kind of like snappy, like defensive. He was like, "I'm here like getting drunk with my homie," and it's like, "Yo, you look like a dipshit right now."
He is a little douchey in real life.
He is. He's always working out. He's always like posting fitness videos. I mean, McKay,
he's pretty bro-y.
Yeah, Algie, like...
Good casting, I guess.
Yeah, great
McKay
casting.
McKay is pretty douchey, too.
Yeah, great casting. But yeah, we don't hate on you, Algie, but like, yo, like, stick to singing and let's not go out to the bars during quarantine. Be better than that.
Maybe he's just method acting and he's just in the McKay mindset, like, 24/7. He's like Daniel Day-Lewis.
To be fair, too, like,
McKay
all this stuff is so weird, but I think we're far enough in quarantine where you shouldn't be at a bar. And you shouldn't be live Instagramming from it.
But
in
would
LA.
McKay be at a bar? That's the question.
Yeah,
Maybe
but I don't care.
Just like,
but McKay's a fictional character
bar?
And isn't dealing with coronavirus. Algie Smith is. So stay home, promote your record, and shut up.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting too heated. I'm just kidding. But
anyways.
Yeah, Algie Smith, shout out. Like, we don't hate, but like, move on.
We kind of hate.
Anyways, so... This weekend also, we had a great live, and Insta Live's a big deal during quarantine right now, but Alexander Wang did a live makeup sesh with Alexa Demi, which I know all super fans were tuned in. I could see them all commenting. It's a lot of fun. Alex and I were very, very intoxicated, but we did watch, and I don't know, I loved it. I thought it was cute. I mean, you love Alexander Wang.
Yeah, it was cute.
I mean, it was like
fascinating. They did makeup together. It's not like... super up my alley, but like it was cute. Alexander Wang's fun to watch. Like Alexa Demi seems super low key and chill. She calls everything she, which was kind of funny. Like
people do that all the time when they do their makeup though. It's like you gotta beat her, you gotta like
Yeah, I was very confused by that, but it was kind of funny.
I also liked how he kept like picking filters because he was like, I always have to use a filter, and he was using like the sunglass filter,
like space filters and stuff. Yeah.
And then it was also really funny seeing all the super fans comment when the Euphoria song was playing in the background. Everyone was like, "That's Labyrinth. That's Labyrinth." It's like we fucking know that that's Labyrinth.
Cool.
So yeah, that was fun though. So we watched that. So we had a Euphoria packed weekend, truthfully, without even meaning to.
Truly.
So yeah, no time to waste, really. I think we really do have so much to discuss in this episode.
Yeah, let's get into it. We're on to episode 3, which is titled Made You Look. This is a good time to mention. We forgot to mention this last week, but starting with episode 2 last week, every episode from 2 to the end is named after a song. Yes. I think they're all hip-hop songs, unless I'm wrong.
We'll see, yeah,
so last week was Sound Like My Daddy. This week we have Made You Look, which is a song by Nas. And then this trend continues on through the end of the show.
Yeah, I think so.
So here we go. I'm not positive,
but I think you're right.
And also, like, every single song is great. Like, every song that they use for a song title is totally hot.
And the soundtrack is just fire. I mean, really, the show is just praised so much for good music. So
yeah, so we got Made You Look by Nas. And then the episode opens, Rue's in bed with Jules. Me being super nerdy, I'm yet again like bringing up, I think that they're showing us how Rue knows all this stuff, and this time it's a dream because she's asleep in bed and we zoom in on her head and then she goes into like narrating Kat's childhood.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really notice this
Kat's,
until you brought it up.
Then we get into Kat's childhood, and there she is on vacation rolling around in the waves.
Yeah, that part you were cracking up. I didn't really think that was that funny when I first watched it.
It was just funny because she's just kind of like flopping around in the waves.
Well, she's like screaming. I think she's just a kid. She's just having fun.
I know, it's funny. I like it. It made me laugh.
But we did have to like, take note and definitely shout out to the tiki glass she's drinking out of. Mm-hmm. It's really on point. Alex and I are huge tiki bar fans.
We're some big tiki fans around here. Tiki music, tiki drinks, tiki glasses, tiki bars.
We should make a That's So Euphoric tiki drink.
Oh yeah, make it like purple.
Oh my god, that'd be really cool. Okay, we're doing that. Anyways, we're getting off track here. Idea. So Kat, she's like chugging these virgin pina coladas. I think they're virgin. They have to be. She's like 11.
Says so.
She's like 11.
Yeah.
But anyways, she's like downing them. I can definitely like fully relate to Kat in this moment. I am absolutely Kat on vacation when I was a kid, and also me now. I had the same. I know you know this about me, but I went to Hawaii with my parents like when I was 8, and I loved. They had this one banana strawberry smoothie that I was like obsessed with, and you could just get it at the pool bar. And I had this waiter who's really cute. He would always make me these smoothies, right? And I didn't know what tipping was then. Like, I didn't know you had to tip. So my dad was horrified. We leave the hotel, like, day 8, right, of staying in this nice resort. And he gets the bill, and I've paid for, like, 20 strawberry banana smoothies, and I didn't tip the waiter once. And he was like, I don't know why the fuck this waiter kept serving you. Like, first of all, you're 8 years old. He should have, like, asked. My dad was pissed. He was like, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you know better. But also, like, what was that waiter doing giving an 8-year-old 5 smoothies a day? But yeah, he didn't get any money, so his fault. But I was definitely Kat on vacation. As I am now in quarantine, I can relate to her coming back to school and having to wear layers. Like, this will absolutely be me when I go back to work. I will be wearing 7 sweaters. Like, I can't. I'm not dieting on this quarantine. I'm eating whatever the fuck I want. So a girl can relate.
Unless it gets to, like, crazy, like, psycho, scary quarantine status and there's no food anymore. And we have to, like, scavenge and eat, like, bugs and stuff.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Then you'll be looking, like, anorexic status.
No! Ew! I'd much rather have 7 sweaters on than that. Well, so obviously. Let's hope it doesn't get to that.
I'm not trying to eat bugs.
Oh my god, gross. I mean, I hope not. I'm here for like the mac and cheese and shit. I'm not doing that. So anyways, she's like laying on the bed trying to pull up her jeans. I mean, this vacation has taken a toll on her body. It really has. Poor Kat, like, she's struggle bus here. She's just having a hard time, gets back to school. And I have to bring up, she has this weird wall in her house, like in the entryway of her house, that Alex was kind of like, okay, whatever, Paige, but I thought it was super weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's whatever. I love pointing out a weird architectural feature, like those wide-ass stairs in Jules' house. There's like a weird like brick like mountain right by the front door with plants on top. It's just like a really weird like kind of like 70s,
I don't even know what it is.
maybe like mid-century to 70s like architectural feature, and it's just fucking strange.
Yeah,
like, I've never seen that before, and it's so weird.
When you're watching this episode 3, definitely just look at the entryway of her house. It's weird as fuck.
It is weird.
So then, poor Kat, she's only 11 years old, and her douchey boyfriend Daniel dumps her, and it's literally through a note that some bitch named Kendra Sutherland writes. Like, ew. So that happens. So she's just having a rough
fucking
opening.
Kendra. Goddamn bitch.
So then we go into like her more teenage years, and she's kind of trying to figure out what love is, all that.
Yeah, she's watching some shows and like wistfully dreaming of her like picture perfect like Hollywood romance. So we took a look at the shows.
She's also heartbroken, so it makes sense.
So we were checking out the shows she's watching. The first one is Gilmore Girls.
Shout out.
Alex not a shout out.
Hates Gilmore Girls.
The second one. So the second one we could not find. The third one is Scandal. But when I was trying to find out what the second show is, I was looking in the credits because I thought they would name it there. So they don't name that show in the credits. So if you know what it is, let us know. But what I did notice in the credits is that once you go like pretty deep into the credits and they're getting into naming all like the weird like obscure actors that people are, or the roles that people are playing, there is a character. There's a couple like very funny characters. So one of them is Super Hot Warrior Man.
Well, that's in the scene we're going to talk about later.
Right, but it's just funny that he's called that. But the second one is Cunty Classmate.
That's probably Kendra Sutherland.
It's probably Kendra. And the third one is
They literally name it in the credits, Cunty Classmate?
In the credits, this character is
who's
listed
11
as
years old.
Cunty Classmate. I don't know that it's Kendra for sure. But there is someone in the credits only listed as Cunty Classmate.
Oh, I like that.
And then there is also someone in the credits only listed as Filthy Dude. And I literally have no idea who that refers to.
Oh my god.
So the explicitness of Euphoria also extends deep into the credits,
dude.
where we're getting Cunty Classmate and Filthy Dude, along with the Super Hot Warrior
an intern.
Man.
They're like, hey, can you type these up?
So from now on, you better believe that I will be checking the credits to see what funny shit we get every week.
Wow, I'm glad you did that research.
Check it out next week.
Very important research.
Yeah.
Also, you totally cut me off. I was singing your favorite Gilmore Girls song.
Yeah, I cut you off because that song fucking sucks. That's not even a song.
Can you imagine that girl in the recording studio? Like,
oh my god. No, it hurts. Yeah, and then Kat's getting into fanfic, and she's
and she's like, it's hot and steamy. It's not like, your regular old it's like explicit.
I mean, I think all fanfic is pretty borderline.
It is?
I mean, that's kind of the point.
Did you read fanfic growing up? I absolutely did not. I didn't even know it was a thing.
No. It is probably one of the cringiest levels of nerd you can go, and I'm a very nerdy person, but I'm not a fanfic level nerd.
I'm not either, but also our superfans write really cute little fanfic stories, and I'm here for it. I think it's funny. Good for them for being creative. I guess I would rather my kid be writing stories and putting their mind to work than playing video games on Twitch.
Okay, let me actually let me recorrect. I don't think fanfic is necessarily cringy. I think erotic fanfic is almost always very cringy.
Because it's like a romance novel.
Yeah, but it's like a 13-year-old's scandalous nasty romance novel.
Ew.
But yeah, anyway, she's writing some fanfic about Hook and Emma, who are characters from a show called Once Upon a Time.
Weird.
Which is only noteworthy because Hook is actually Captain Hook. So she's writing fan fiction about Captain Hook.
Wow, that's hot.
So there you go.
That's hot. That's who you want to be for Halloween this year.
For everybody that I love Captain Hook, but I don't think he's.
Emma.
But I don't want to fuck him.
Yeah, but I should be Emma. That's hot.
We don't even know who Emma is.
I'll be her. It's fine.
All right, cool.
So it's also very important to name the author. I mean, it's not just Kat. It's ThunderKitKat, and her motto is, or whatever you want to call it, is "Come for the fiction, cum." Stay for the fantasy. I really like this. I feel like this is so creative. I mean, she's young and this is just great. I mean, come for the fiction. I come for fiction. I definitely don't come for nonfiction. So I'm here for it. I like it. So then we go into, I'm going to let Alex take it away because he weirdly did extensive research on this.
I mean, not extensive, but then she goes into her whole One Direction, 1D fanfic.
I think is so funny. I think that part's hilarious.
I think that part is very funny, mostly because of Rue's British accents. Rue does very silly British accents, which I like.
Yeah. The cartoon's not bad either though. It's kind of funny.
No, the cartoon's funny. The cartoon is created by someone named Titmouse also. So
Titmouse?
shout out to, I think it's actually an animation studio, but I also noticed that in the credits.
Cool.
So shout out Titmouse.
Wonder if they have anything else that's
But
cool.
then I think they animate stuff for Adult Swim, but I don't know.
Cool.
Then so I looked it up because I was like, I wonder how like One Direction feels about this like erotic like animation sequence. And apparently
I'd be honored, honestly, but
apparently Louis Tomlinson, who is in the erotic fanfic with Harry Styles,
I don't even know his name. Is it Tomlinson or
Louis
Tomlin?
Tomlinson.
Oh, I thought it was Tomlin.
He does not
much I
feel so good about this. He's
pissed.
He's
right?
not a fan. He says that he was not like, no one came to him for approval for this.
So what? They don't need to.
He says he doesn't like it. He does not approve of it.
Eye roll.
He is not a fan at all.
So fucking stupid.
He was like, I did not approve this. No one approached me about this. And he was like, I think it's pretty sus that a major like studio put this out without talking to me.
Whatever. Louis Tomlinson, whatever the fuck your name is. Like, first of all, One Direction is so washed out. Like, Harry Styles is the new thing. I'm not into it, but like, you're out of here. Like, sorry, you're so lame. Like, you should feel so privileged and honored to be in a hit show, Euphoria. Like,
to be featured filleting your bandmate in
but
a
it's
hit
funny.
TV show.
But I'm saying, have a sense of humor.
I know. I would think.
Do you know
it was
what I mean?
funny
If they're not
personally.
like attacking his character, it's like
No,
you're in
I
an
know.
all boy band singing about like butterflies and
Boy bands are
rainbows.
very
You're gonna
gay.
be made fun of.
Yeah, boy bands are very like naturally very
Yes,
gay. So like, of
always.
course, like
They're
people are
always made fun
fantasizing
of.
about you like having gay sex with your bandmate. Like, duh.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like if our friends are in a band, shout out Catastro. I feel like if you like made a joke about them like fucking, they would think it was hilarious. They'd love it.
Totally.
They'd be like,
if someone wrote a 7,000 word fanfic about them banging on tour, they would like cry laughing.
they'd have good humor. It's
Yeah.
like, just have a
He's a
good
little
sense of
stuck up.
humor.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Also plug, listen to our friends Catastro. They're actually really good. But anyways.
Yeah, so anyways, then we're
Totally irrelevant, but
then Kat's having her whole fantasy like sequence where she's dreaming that she's like Khaleesi. And there's like barbarians coming to her school to like
filthy
decapitate
man
everyone.
and hot
I guess that's
warrior.
where the super hot warrior guy is from.
I mean, this is kind of an interesting scene too, because it kind of like, it does perfectly depict how she like sees herself. Like, it's like she's afraid of what everyone's going to think if they really know who she is, which shows that she's very self-conscious.
She's also just like incredibly nerdy.
I know, but it would be weird having people comment all day long saying like, you must be so beautiful. I can't even imagine like what you look like. I don't know. She's obviously has a lot of, if people were writing that to me right now, I'd be like, oh my God, I hope they don't see what I really look like. So I feel her on that. But anyways, that's a crazy scene. It reminds me of Mean Girls when they have the jungle scene in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing.
Yep.
But Game of Thrones themed.
Yep.
So then we got Alex has a lot to say about this, and I kind of do too.
I mean, not
it's,
a lot,
goofy.
but then she's getting ready for like her
first like on-screen debut.
online biz, and she puts on what is probably the silliest, like least sexy cat mask you could ever find. Like
Is any cat mask sexy though? Would you say?
I mean, you could find like something like lacy or a little smaller or a little more like cat-like, but instead she picks this like giant black like feathery bird looking thing.
Do you think it's like a furry? It reminds me of a furry. Do you think she was like kind of like, you know, projecting like the furry kind of
I hope not, but it is just so not hot. Like,
well, yeah, I'm not even gonna sit here and like disagree. I definitely think it's so goofy. I laugh every time she puts it on, but I think I laugh because of you. I don't remember really thinking it was that weird, but now I always laugh.
It's just a silly mask. Like, it's not hot.
It looks like it was bought at like Party City.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know she's going for the cat thing, but like there has to be a sexier cat mask out there.
She could make that a lot more sexy, but you know, we'll give her a pass here because she's young and she's it's her first time on the big screen. So we got the great Drake song rolling through, you know.
She's trying to twerk.
Yeah, and she's, you know, I think you're a little harsh. I mean, sure, it's a little bit of an awkward twerk scene, but like,
she can't really twerk.
Okay, fine. She can't twerk, but like she's trying, and also like I think purposely she's not supposed to be like twerking really well. Like it's like a high schooler trying to like be hot.
Yeah, it's accurate. Like most high schoolers can't twerk really well, but it's funny because she's just like not really nailing it.
It's cringy, but the only other thing I'll say is like that does take balls. No matter where you're posting this, like you best believe I would never be setting up a camera and twerking, even if I got paid money to do it. Like I don't know.
Oh, I would twerk for money.
Well, yeah, you're weird. Also, like, you already did that to this same song. on your TikTok.
To segue.
What is your TikTok username, Alex? Shout it out to the superfans.
Find me on TikTok at young_chicken, YUNG.
Yeah.
Where I have done the classic TikTok trend of flip the switch. Got 500 views on that bitch. First TikTok ever.
500 views, y'all hear?
Go check it out.
But yeah, that's a great song. I fucking love that song. So it's a great way to open the credits. Then we quickly transition. So we kind of take a pause on Kat for a minute. And we go into Jules, like, essentially laying the law to Rue.
Jules is being like a good friend and also just like looking after herself, and she's just like, Rue, I can't like have you around if you're gonna be like a super self-destructive like fucked up drug addict. Like, it's bad for me, and like I care about you too much.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a good wake up call for Rue, and like Rue's an addict, so it's not gonna fix everything, but it's good to have people like that like in your life. So good job, Jules.
And then we get, she comes home and she hasn't told her mom where the hell she's been all night. So, like, rightfully so, her mom's, like, screaming at her. I think the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I think it's important to, like, see Gia's reaction. She's, like, never mad. She's always, like, really stressed and, like, sad, which makes me sad. Because it's very clear that she has major PTSD from the OD incident. And I don't know. Like I said, I really like their sisterhood as it develops throughout the show. So I think it's important to note when that happens because it's, like, very sad. Because it just gets worse and worse.
Yep.
So then from there, I also brought up the note. You and I were talking, like, during the show. Like, how the fuck does she always ace the P test in front of her mom? Like, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is that obviously she's, like, a professional by this point. Like, she's a heavy drug user. But also, like, her mom is a good mom, but she's a little oblivious. Like,
yeah, she is. You shouldn't be turning around when your kid's doing a P test and they're an addict and they're like...
Like, you gotta know, I mean, everybody knows, like, that you can fake a pee test if you keep the bag of pee on you. Like, everybody knows that. Like,
I know, but I'm just impressed because her mom sometimes pulls her out of nowhere. So I'm like, does Rue just always have a bag of pee in her underwear wherever she keeps it?
I mean, yeah, maybe. Like, she probably... I wouldn't be surprised. Like, she's, like, a straight-up addict. Like, so she might be living that life of keeping pee strapped to her leg all the time, for all we know.
You know what's funny? I used to have to pee for my friend Spencer all the time. Same thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, all the time. And he was actually really good at faking tests, so I believe it. It's not like it's shockingly unbelievable, but I'm like, damn.
You can fake it, but if you're the parent of, like, a kid that almost OD'd, you should probably be, like, making sure that pee is, like, coming straight from the source,
open the legs check. Yeah. So... after that, what do we go into? We kind of talk about Rue talking at the screen for the first time, right?
Well, first we get this really cool shot where Rue's in her house, in her bedroom, and they zoom out from above as if the house has no roof. So you can see into other rooms in the house and you can see outside. And it's a super cool shot, and it reminds me a ton of this really cool movie called Enter the Void, directed by Gaspar Noé. That's probably, I would guess it influenced this shot because that movie is all about drugs. So the entire movie is shot from above like that, where you're looking down into rooms, and the whole thing is about a drug trip, and it's very like dark and weird.
Dang.
Maybe so I would guess that between the drug theme and the shot style, it's probably influenced by that, but it's a great shot.
Yeah, it's Love cool. It. Another cool thing that made me think of that is I know Sam Levinson in an interview talked about how and it could be influenced by what you just said, but he talked about how he really wanted sound stages for this whole entire show, which they were pretty shocked by because normally for shows like this, they don't do that. Like, it's a lot of money.
Yep.
And he was very persistent. They kept telling him no, and then they finally were like, fine. So everything you're seeing is a sound set. They're not, like, filming inside someone's house, which is pretty cool because that's, like, really creative. They all, like, I think all the sets are, like, beautiful, so.
Yeah, I think it paid off. They do a lot of interesting stuff with that. It doesn't feel like they did it for no reason. They do a lot of interesting, like, camera work and weird shots and stuff that you could only pull off in the soundstage.
Yeah, and I do think you and I bring it up all the time, but I feel like their rooms are so unique and they're different and they're dark and the lighting's very unique. I just think... most shows you watch, like ABC Family, iRoll, it's like an IKEA room. It's like you literally see the same shit in every room on that channel. Like, it's just like there's no thought that goes into it. Nothing at all. Like, no attention to detail. So great job, Sam. Props.
Yep. So then we get Rue at school, and like Paige said, she's talking straight to the camera.
In her sweater.
Which is very interesting. And she's wearing a sweater I love that says Sci-Fi Fantasy, which is from this pro skater Jerry Shoes new line. He launched it, I think, like 2 years ago. You can find it at like opening ceremony or like Dover Street Market.
Oh, is it pricey?
It's not like
Is
insane.
it designer?
It's not like bad pricey.
Oh.
He's an ex-pro skater. He's like a little older now.
So Rue's wearing designer, but she's like an addict.
He has a really cool, again, like Rue doesn't always have the worst style. This is like a cool sweatshirt.
Yeah, and it's like a light purple with like lime green lettering if you're looking for it.
The brand's called Sci-Fi Fantasy. It's super cool.
It is really cool.
And then we get like this really good montage.
A great montage. We actually have it queued up on our TV because we were like, there's so many outfits to digest here. So we're just going to kind of like watch it as we're talking right now and let you know what
so
we
this
think
is
cool.
while Jules is like talking to Tyler,
Shy Guy.
aka Nate. So let's see.
Well, Tyler, aka Nate, aka Shy Guy 118.
Yeah, Shy Guy 118.
Yeah. So, and she's like falling for him, but yeah. So the first outfit's great. She's wearing like almost like a varsity cheer, like bright.
She's got like an orange like tennis skirt thing going.
Oh, I meant skirt. Yeah.
It looks good.
It's like a skirt.
White
cool.
sneakers. I kind of see why in that shot like she might be Tyler or Nate's type because it's kind of a more traditional outfit.
She always wears this like netted white long sleeve shirt with a black stripe running down it. She incorporates it with a lot of different outfits.
Ooh, the koala backpack.
The koala backpack is amazing. We both love that.
Very nice.
Of course, that's just a classic. Her makeup too is like so different in every single one. Like in every outfit.
She's looking super like early 2000s here, which I'm not a huge fan of, but her makeup's super cool. She had like the terry cloth like juicy couture thing. Ooh, but the cloud shirt with the angels.
The cloud shirt is incredible.
So good.
It looks very Fiorici, which is like a designer that we both love. There's like angels on it too, I can see.
Yeah, that's really good.
Her hair is great too. I always forget that her hair is like that pale pink.
Oh yeah, and then she's got like a tie-dye like turtleneck on with like a weird like snakeskin like skirt dress thing over it.
Which weirdly, like that's not something I would pull out of a closet and think that was dope, but like it looks good on her. She just pulls off so many like weird patterns.
It's a weird look, but she like pulls it off.
I think she pulls it off because she's so confident, and her makeup is always like spot on. Like it always matches, and her hair is always different. Like she's the only character I think that most consistently changes her whole look to match the outfit, other than Maddie.
Yeah, but she also has like a definite aesthetic. She's always kind of in like dreamy, like light pastel-y tones. It's a lot of like pinks and oranges, and then like sky blues and stuff. She's not really like super often wearing like all black or anything like that. She doesn't wear red very often.
I wouldn't even say she has like a straight up theme. Like she's very eclectic.
She has like color schemes I think she sticks to though.
Yeah. And then
it's a lot of like light colors. She's got like light purple on.
Don't you feel like she also dresses like a schoolgirl a lot? Like not necessarily the stereotype, but she always has like the short pleated like skirts kind of look.
It's a lot of like the anime. It's like the anime twist of like schoolgirl style kind of.
She's got that cool furry backpack that's like two-toned. That's a good one. She has a lot of good backpacks.
She does.
Now that I think about it. But yeah, anyways, I think that's like enough for now. But then, wait, we're looking at the scene right now where Rue's wearing this hideous Hawaiian shirt that I'm not that big a fan of, but Alex likes it.
Yeah, we disagree on this. I think the Hawaiian shirt totally works for her.
Describe the tones for everyone listening.
It's probably like an orangey yellow with red flowers, I think.
They almost look like flames though. It looks like Guy Fieri or something.
A little bit, but like the way she's wearing it and the shirt itself, they're flowers. But yeah, I don't know. I feel it. I feel like it kind of looks like she's wearing it kind of like a Prada like bowling shirt type style.
Yeah, so then we have, I do want to bring up at least when she is texting, despite all of her outfit breakdowns, she is texting Shy Guy, and it's very obvious to me that Nate's like kind of into it. He's like smiling and smirking while he's texting her. It's a little weird to me, don't you think?
So this is, I'm really undecided at this point. Having not watched the show as much as you, I'm very undecided on what I think about how Nate actually feels about Jules. In this sequence, I feel like the intention is definitely to make you think that he's kind of feeling it. But as we all know, later on, he really flips on that.
Yeah,
he's clearly not feeling it, or if he was, he doesn't give a shit because he completely is just like the absolute worst to her later on.
And he's going in really deep. Like, he is asking her when she first transitioned and stuff. So, like, he's a fuck. Because
I mean, there's two takes on this. Like, it can really only go two ways. And one is that he is so calculating and terrible and, like, cold and smart about this that he is like maximizing like how much this is gonna hurt. He's completely like manipulating the shit out of her,
which I think is right.
He's building a super strong connection for the purpose of just wrecking her later. But then there's the other option, which is that he came into this like with that intention, but then actually like catches some feels for her.
Yeah. I think that might be more the right track.
I don't know. Though. I'm pretty undecided about how I feel about him.
Yeah. But I just think, yeah, you're right, though. Like, for the revenge part of it, like, to make her feel that vulnerable is so fucked up. Because, like, you don't ask people those questions and then, like, turn on. Like, I don't know. I can't even talk about it. Like, I would be so mad if someone did that to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then we kind of get into, like, Kat learning about feet fetishes.
Oh, yeah.
And we meet the Johnny_Unite_USA.
Yeah, we'll see more about him later, but there is someone hitting her up, Johnny_Unite_USA, which to me, that sounds like he's the all-right. Like, yeah, this sounds like a, like, redneck, like, MAGA, like, ooh.
Yeah.
Usually Unite and USA are not,
no, they're not that popular right now.
Not the greatest signs.
It's not really trending.
We'll see about him a little later in the episode. But yeah, I mean, Kat's mom, come on. She walks in on her teenage daughter, taking feet pics in her bedroom, and it's just like, come to dinner. Like, that's red flag
Whatever.
city.
I think you're being so dramatic about this.
Red flag city.
No, she might be, like, filming a TikTok for all we know.
Calm a TikTok down, just of her feet. Like,
I wouldn't give two shits if I walked in and my daughter was moving her feet around. I mean, I would probably be like, what a weirdo. Probably be like, she gets it from her dad.
I am not selling feet pics.
I don't know, but you're weird. So then did you have anything else to say about that at all?
No.
So then I kind of wanted to briefly touch on, Maddie's fucking smart. She does pick up on Nate getting all these fucking texts all day long. I just want to say that really quick. She gets, like, they walk into the car together, and right before we get, like, the infamous dick pic montage, Maddie does confront Nate and is like, what the fuck? Like, who's texting you all the time? And she also opens up about her parents and, like, how shitty they are. And I just think that's important to, like, set the tone for, like, their relationship going forward.
Yeah, and he clearly doesn't give a shit.
No, he's not even listening. But yeah, I don't know why. I just wanted to bring that up because I love Maddie.
Just because it's more evidence.
I also just wanted to praise Maddie because she's a badass bitch. She's not stupid. She knows that he's, like, fucking around. So she calls him out on his bullshit.
Yeah.
Then we get, the dick pic scene, which is so much fun. I really like this.
Yeah, this is a great scene.
Yeah, Rue's like pretending to give a tutorial.
The school lesson on, like, the categories of dick pics while Jules is, like, running the slide projector.
Yeah, it's great.
And we get a Charles Manson cameo.
We do. And we also get the 3, tiered pyramid of dick pics labeled as terrifying, horrifying, and acceptable.
Yep.
Which is so accurate and so true. Like, I've told Alex this so many times. Sorry if any of y'all disagree. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I think a dick pic is just nasty. I don't get, like, hot looking at a dick pic. Like, it's really not fair.
It's pretty much common knowledge at this point that most people, like, don't just want the dick pic. So, like, guys that are still just sending the dick pic, it's
full
like,
body
come on.
maybe.
Did you
full
not
body
get the,
is okay.
Like, did you not get the memo yet that, like, this isn't really what most girls are looking for? Like,
some are, though. I'm just saying, me personally, no. Like, maybe with your body in it.
But like she said, like, 99% of them are unsolicited.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, not only is it unsolicited, but, like, it's something that, like, most girls definitely aren't into anyways. So, like, you don't even really have a shot here.
Totally.
Like,
and they are horrifying. And she definitely brings something up that I was very proud to say I also label, which is, I always call guys with really big dicks, I call them, like, large Dasani bottles when I'm trying to talk about someone's dick size. And she says an Evian bottle, so we're, like, kind of close, but I always used to say that in college, so I felt really proud that, like, Rue said that.
Ooh, so proud. I was also laughing during the scene because I think it's in the terrifying category, Rue mentions a medieval sword in the background. Which is probably terrifying unless you're Kat, because clearly she'd be super into it if some dude had a big medieval sword, because she's fantasizing about...
I feel like you'd be into that if you were gay.
No.
Yeah, you're so nerdy.
Medieval swords are always a red flag unless you're Kat. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I feel like you love that shit.
I don't have a medieval sword. I don't even want a medieval sword.
You have a bunch of swords and Nerf guns and weird shit in our apartment.
I don't have any sword. Well, I have a machete.
Let's not judge. If you were to ever take a dick pic around your shit, it would be absolutely either terrifying or horrifying.
It'd be hot.
No, it would not.
It'd be category 4,
that's not a category.
Which is just hot.
No, there's no fourth category, sadly, Alex. Sorry about that.
We'll see. Also, we realized during the scene that we forgot to take our bets last episode on how many dicks are in the locker room scene. So
we're not taking a bet though, because we just had to look it up. Remember?
Yeah.
Because we were like, we don't want to be inauthentic and, like, bet on it when we already know the answer. So
the answer, we don't know how many in the locker room scene, but in episode 2 there's 27, and in the show overall there are 71.
71 dicks. That's a lot of dick.
There you go. That's a lot of dick. Yeah. 27 in one episode, too. That's like...
And they're different
30% of the dick is all in episode 2.
And they really are. There's a lot of different... There's a variety of dicks.
There's all kinds. We're going to see a very unique dick in this episode in a little bit here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting excited.
Anyways.
So then, other than that, the cafeteria lady to Kat. So Kat has this sweet moment with Ethan. She's obviously so embarrassed because this dumb bitch in line, in the cafeteria line for lunch, is like, can you hurry the fuck up? It's like, bitch, like, it's not her fault. Like, the cafeteria lady is kind of slow, and she's buying a fucking grapefruit. Like, calm down. I'm sorry, I'm getting fired up, because kids in high school are little dicks. So she's really embarrassed, and she's, like, looking for her money, and she doesn't have any, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know what's up with that. She definitely, like, has a nice house and shit. But the cafeteria lady's like, ooh, like, the grapefruit diet, like, works so well. Like, and it's so... I'm getting, like... blushy talking about it because I'm like, I would fucking die if my cafeteria lady was like trying to conversate with me. Like, can you please shut up? Like, I can't have my only friend in the school be the cafeteria lady. Like, that's such a bad look.
Whatever, she's being nice.
But Ethan's so sweet. He comes up and pays for her, which is adorable. And she's just fucking humiliated. But she's like, she literally stops and is like, she is on the grapefruit diet. Like...
Yeah, poor Ethan.
It is hard and it is not easy.
He's just trying to do something nice here, and they're both kind of like savaging the poor boy. And I know Kat's humiliated, but he's just trying to hook up his friend and buy her lunch, and instead the grapefruit lady and Kat are both kind of like coming down on poor
mostly the cafeteria lady's eyes are like bugging out. She's like telling Ethan about the grapefruit diet, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to pay for her.
Hey, maybe for buying her that grapefruit later, she'll show him the grapefruit technique.
Oh my god, we'll definitely talk about that.
If you don't know what the grapefruit technique is,
look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. So then we get the whole like Bitcoin thing, which I'll let you take away since you used to work in the industry, Alex. Plug.
I did. I recently worked at a cryptocurrency exchange, Bitcoin. What up? So Kat is like, how do I get money from these randos on the internet?
And Alex is like, let me tell you.
Without like my parents knowing or sending it through a bank account or whatever. So she goes to talk to Ashtray and Fezco, who being the smart businessmen that they are, they sell drugs using Bitcoin, which is a pretty smart way to sell drugs.
Smell drugs?
Yeah, smell them. So Kat also starts using Bitcoin. And yeah, like...
they make a funny joke
like they say in this, like it's a pretty great way to do... kind of shady shit, like sell drugs or like get money from like sex people online. Whatever. But yeah, there is a great line in the scene where like Ashtray is like, yeah, we'll help you out with this unless it's human trafficking. Like, I don't fuck with human trafficking. And Kat's like, no, I don't fuck with that. And then Fezco's like, yeah, us neither.
Like, duh. Yeah.
Which is just great. I just love Fezco and Ashtray a lot.
I know. They're both so great.
So now Kat's a Bitcoin user.
I know. Proud of it. I wonder what her username... Do you have a username when you use Bitcoin? I should know this. No. Like Alex said, he's literally worked in the industry.
Well, it's anonymous, so that you just have a hash.
How long did you work in it?
Like a year and a half.
Alex worked in it a year and a half, and I don't know shit about Bitcoin. So that tells you that much about our relationship.
Anyways.
Then we have the photo shoot.
Yeah, Rue and Jules get to their sexy photo shoot. We've got Blood Orange singing about the bedroom.
Yeah, it's
great
cute.
Song.
It's a cute scene for sure. It's very flirtatious, but you also like feel almost like embarrassed for Rue because you can tell that like Rue is so enamored by Jules, but Jules is kind of like in her own world right now with Shy Guy 118.
Yeah, Rue is very like awkward and cute during the scene, and Jules is being very like flirty and
tease.
Like Jules is a total tease in this episode.
She is. It's kind of hot though, so I'm like here for it.
Yep.
I also said that her room has no fucking light. Like her room is literally always the darkest of them all, and it's like they live in California. Like she has windows. Like why is it so dark? And for her being such a colorful, like, she has such a wardrobe. And then her room is just fucking boring. But also, like,
I'm still not sure that I understand the choice to make her room so drab. Because everyone else's room is, like, not super expressive of their character, but they all feel more real and, like, lived in. And Jules' room doesn't. I'm not sure that I get why. Maybe we'll figure it out in season 2.
Do you think... I think definitely a part of it might be that she just moved to town. It might be like, this is my new room.
Not the whole season. Like, she would decorate her room by now. Especially someone as creative as her. Like, maybe they've moved a lot in the past or something. But, like, I don't know.
She's got a lot going on in her life.
I don't know.
So then Rue goes to NA. Narcotic analysis. And then she shows up.
Narcotic analysis?
Oh, no, isn't that that's what it's called?
Anonymous.
Oh, I wrote analysis. Oops.
I mean, I guess they're also analyzing.
No, I think I'm wrong. I think I was just drunk when I wrote this.
It's definitely anonymous.
Oh, but on the way there's a cool bike shot.
Yeah, there's a really great, like, another super synth-wavy bike shot where there's, like, the fog and the purple, like, neon lighting and the slow-mo biking. Like,
totally. A lot of our super fans make synthwave, like, edits of this. It's really cute.
Yeah, I love it.
So then she gets, she does her narcotic analysis.
Yeah.
And then you can take it away about Ollie because you know more about that than me.
I mean, there's not too much to say, but like Ollie really, Ollie confronts her because he knows she's full of shit and he's a cool dude. He goes in on her. He like calls it all out. He's basically like, your sister's never gonna be able to love anyone because of you. Like, he's making Rue feel it.
To be fair though, he's not. It's not like. It's like reality. Like what he's saying is absolutely true. So
yeah, this is what Rue needs.
Yeah, she
nobody's
needs
giving
this.
it to her hard like this.
Exactly.
And then he also mentions Minnesota Fats in this scene, which made me laugh.
What does he say though? He says it all fast. He's like, "What are you trying to play? Like Minnesota Fats?"
Yeah.
He says it all like fast, and you're like, "Minnesota what?"
So I looked that up, and Minnesota Fats is a very famous and successful pool player, I guess. Billiards. So there you go. He is a real person.
That's just funny though, because when I first every time I hear that, I just start cracking up because he says it so weird and fast that you're like, wait, what did he just say?
It's also funny when he calls her young blood.
Yeah, he's like young blood. He gets all like thug.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. And then he's like, let's go
I
eat
was a fireman and blah 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 blah.
I smoke crack. Yeah, I don't have my kids. Let's go eat pancakes sometime.
Oh my god. So then she goes home, obviously with like a heavy heart, and she immediately goes to see Gia, because after hearing like all that shit from Ollie, you can tell she feels kind of guilty. So she goes to hang out with Gia, and I wanted to make note that like Gia's room could not be more like, it looks like a 5-year-old's room. She has like a dollhouse, a teddy bear, like...
Well, she's like a kid still, kind of, you know? She's at that awkward in-between age. Isn't she in middle school?
No, she's in high school. Remember? They always go to the same parties together and stuff.
Yeah. She's she's in the in-between stage, though, you know?
I know. I'm just being funny. Like, she's adorable, so I'm okay with it. And also, Alex and I kind of talked about this in depth last night, about how, like, you always have those friends in high school that, like, didn't change their room growing up. Like, it was always their childhood room, almost. You being one of them. That was me. Yours kind of matured over the years, though. No?
A little bit.
Yeah,
not
never
much.
Mind. Alex has like a Pooh Bear painting on his walls when he was like in college, so. And Noah's Ark. Oh my god, and you had a Noah's Ark. Wow, yeah. No, you were definitely a Gia.
Wow. Yeah, all right. Really want to go there, huh?
Yeah, your room was Gia's room.
Anyways, Gia's talking about Jordan Catalano, who apparently is a character in a 90s teen like romance show called My So-Called Life.
She's like watching on her laptop, right?
He's like the hot bad boy played by Jared Leto, who is very hot. And apparently Claire Danes was like the lead in the show, who I love. So It was only on for one season though. Maybe worth the watch, but I thought this was interesting because it kind of plays into the anachronism that happens a lot in this show, where they're like listening to old hip-hop music. Her like young teenage sister is watching like a 1-season teen drama from 1994. Like,
yeah, they kind of hop around.
There's a lot of like things out of time.
Well, and like you said, we know the time because we know she was born September 11th, so there's no secret about what time this is taking place in, but it's also, like you said, they jump around so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of cultural references Drake music, to like things
what?
kind of all over the board. A lot of stuff from the 90s and early 2000s too, which is interesting.
Yeah, I like it though. Yeah. I think that's what makes it so good. Mm-hmm. So then we get into... What's next, Alex?
Oh, you know what's next.
I know.
We revisit Johnny Unite USA.
It's disgusting. I wanted you to say it.
AKA the tiny dick diaper man, or whatever you said.
The disgusting diaper man.
Yeah.
He looks like he's wearing a diaper. He's wearing briefs, but
wow. What is there to even say about this?
I don't know. Scene? He's so explicit and nasty that I can't even say we would ever plug this on our Instagram because that would be insulting. But this guy, oh my god, he is so gross. He's this like obese man sitting on the couch with like a dick literally the size of like a little Smoky. Did you ever eat those like little hot dog Smokies?
It just gets worse.
He can't even fit it in between it. He uses like his index finger and his thumb to hold his dick. Like that's so bad.
Oh yeah, that's a chode.
I mean,
micro
how do you think they cast like someone like that?
Yeah, this was my question is like,
how do you audition
how
for
much
that?
did this guy get paid? Because they're like, I can't really imagine an amount of money that, like, it would have to be like $1 million before I'd be him and be like, yes, I'm gonna go on TV and I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna show my little baby dick
penis.
and like
it's
wow,
nasty.
it is. I mean, it's a lot. So I really hope that old Johnny Unite got paid like out the ass for this.
But see, you say that, but I'm also like, I mean, I don't think you deserve any money looking that gross. I mean, honestly, like, he was so gross.
Maybe he did it for free. Maybe that's really his thing. So he was like, I'll do it for free. Like, as long as you have Kat, like, humiliate me.
Do you think it was a fake dick? Can you do that?
No, that was real.
Oh my god.
That shit was real.
Ew.
Although Eric Dane does use a prosthetic dick for his sex scene in the first episode,
Why?
I found out. Just because, like, I mean...
I'm kidding.
Because he didn't want to get a boner on set, like, and bang a minor.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But yeah,
okay.
he does use a prosthetic.
Thank God.
But I don't think Johnny Unite... I think this is real. It's pretty
that's
pretty
disgusting.
nasty.
I can't.
It's bad.
Let's just skip over this scene. It's honestly so fucking gross. Like, I can't.
Oh my... I mean, it... Oh...
But Kat handles it well. She's like laughing and like obviously understands that this guy's gonna pay her up the butt to do this shit. So she's kind of here for it. She's like, fuck it, whatever. If you just want me to wear a mask and laugh at you while you're jacking off your little penis.
I will say though,
she makes a pretty penny.
So far, she's not getting paid enough though. She's only making like $100 so far, right?
Well, first of all, you're in high school. You're not paying rent. You're just using this money to like fuck around. In high school, if someone would have handed you, Alex Miller, $100, you would have had a fucking field day.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't a girl that had men begging me to, like, humiliate their, like, tiny
well,
dick.
Guess what?
Like...
You were working at Taco Bell, so instead of working at Taco Bell, she gets to laugh and watch a guy jack off.
Oh, I mean, good for her.
And make $100.
Like, good for her for making that money. I just mean she could be charging more if she wanted.
Totally.
But,
well, she does, I think, later on, but yeah.
He's like, how small is it?
Oh my god,
He's
ew.
crying. It's pretty
it's
fucking funny.
So
it's
gross.
so disgusting.
It's easily, I think that's the grossest scene in all of Euphoria.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
So after that, we get Maddie finding Nate's dick pics on his phone, which is a big reveal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's the right order, but like at some point, Maddie does find dick pics on Nate's phone while he's showering after sex.
Yeah, I mean, they're in Nate's, like, super cold serial killer room, and he goes to shower, and she checks it out, and there's all these different dicks.
It's not his dick, yeah.
No, so, like, we now have the question of, like, why does Nate have all these different dicks on his phone? Like...
Yeah, it's not for Jules, because, like, you would just use one dick pic, and it probably...
Right, exactly.
He probably wouldn't use his, because he's so, like...
I feel like he probably used his.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. But
actually.
Even if he didn't use his... What are all these other ones? Like, I mean, on the one hand, maybe he, like, pulled all these as possible, like, dick pics to send to Jules.
Yeah.
But maybe now he's there on the Humper app. He's messaging Jules, and then he's like, oh, well, look. Like,
yeah, I think it's definitely
look
that.
who else is on Humper. Here's a bunch of, like, big dick dudes.
I think
like,
he's collecting dicks. I don't think he's, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure why they're there, but he definitely has a lot of dicks on his phone, and he is on Humper all day, every day at this point. So, who knows?
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. So then we kind of transition into Cassie getting ready to go on her escapade to college life with McKay.
College love.
I really like this one because it's like her and her friends hanging out. They're planning her outfit, and you actually like Kat in the scene because she stabs at Lexi, kind of like a funny joke.
Yeah, I mean, she made me laugh in this scene because she's getting paid by, like, old Johnny Unite, and they're like, what are you laughing at? And she's just, like, some article or something, and then they're like, what's it about? And she just goes, like, the Holocaust. And then it's, like, laughing about it. And it's like, okay.
Everyone's like, weird, Kat, but whatever.
Yeah, that did make me laugh, though.
It is funny. And then I also was laughing hysterically when Lexi's mom tells Cassie to take a photo of herself in front of a clock, and Maddie's like, ew, like a ransom photo?
Yeah.
And then Maddie also, like, Kat pretends to fuck Maddie while, like, her mom's lecturing her as she's running to the car, which I thought was funny. I mean, that's very, like, something I would do in high school.
Yeah. Also, like, Cassie's mom is a gem.
Oh yeah,
she's so funny.
Great.
She's
Cassie
always drunk.
Lexi's mom is
she's like kind of a good mom, but she's also like a total like drunk lush. Like she's just always hanging around the house drinking white wine.
She's funny.
She's pretty funny. She's definitely
witty.
Snarky. I like her a lot.
I do too. We'll talk about her in Cassie's episode a ton.
Yeah, she's like Ashtray. She's like one of my fave side characters.
Yeah.
Also in this, well, she's not really in the scene much, but our girl BB is in the scene. And recently we found out that BB's real name is Barbara.
On the show, or like her real name?
On the show.
What's her?
BB is short for Barbara.
Oh my god, weird. Why? Oh, because there's two B's in Barbara.
Two B's in Barbara.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's so many Barbaras in these shows. Like, why? But it's just the letter BB, like initials. But that's really funny.
So Juling Janice, aka BB, aka Barbara.
Well, BB is like at the top of our list that we want on the show. We really want BB. So if anyone has any kind of like connections to BB, like send her our
I just followed her on Instagram. We should DM her.
I know, we should.
Sophia Rose Wilson.
We will. Once we get these episodes dropping, I would love to interview BB.
Yeah. So anyways, Cassie and McKay now, they go to their party.
Cassie's looking hot. She's having fun. She's
yet
grinding.
again. She's way too good for McKay.
Way too good. McKay's like essentially going through hazing, and they're at like an ASU-esque type or whatever. Scene. And she downs the goldfish in a shot glass, and essentially like he's being a little pussy and like doesn't want to do it, and she's like, take my lead. So Cassie, you're a bae. Like she does great. They have hot sex.
Although I'm a little salty at this scene. I love Cassie, hate McKay, but I'm salty at both of them for eating those goldfish.
You eat sushi, so it's the same fucking thing.
Well,
God. Anyways, so don't act like you care so much. You love sushi.
It's dead though.
No, it
they
doesn't
killed
matter.
a live goldfish.
It doesn't matter, Alex.
I don't kill animals myself. I just eat them once they're dead.
Okay, well, it's all the same. So that's kind of funny though that you thought that you were being so like.
God, gotta call me out like that. Anyways,
so then moving on, we have to deliver this like weird behind the scenes news. So McKay originally was casted by this dude named Brian Astro Bradley, who was a complete goon.
An up-and-coming rapper / actor who got his start on the X Factor when he was like 14 or something.
We like watched a YouTube video of him and he was singing a song. He was rapping about his mom. It was
He has
weird.
a hot hit single called "Stop Looking at My Mom," which he rapped on X Factor. So then he gets cast in Euphoria. He's been in like 1 or 2 movies at this point. And they filmed a couple episodes with him, I guess. And then he dropped out for kind of undisclosed reasons. But it sounds like he was uncomfortable with some of the material that was expected of him, but was not in the original script.
That's so weird. I mean, honestly, if you're cast for Euphoria, you know it's going to be like full of sex and
you
like inappropriate shit. It's like past rated R. It's like X-rated. Like, yeah. Also, if you're an up-and-coming rapper and you're really saying you can't handle, like, a sex scene, I don't know. I think that's kind of pussy, so...
Come on, Astro.
Brian Astro Bradley, if you're listening...
Here's my theory. I think that he found out that he was going to have to show his butt, and he just has a pancake ass, so he was like, nah. He dropped out.
Yeah, or he has a tiny dick.
Yeah, or a tiny dick. While we're on the subject of McKay, though, we also found out some weird shit.
Oh, yeah, this is so weird.
So,
this is bizarre.
For both of us having watched this show collectively, I don't know, like 15 times or something between the two of us, we never knew this, but Roy and Troy, the twins are McKay's brothers.
His little brothers.
Did you guys all know this and we're stupid for not knowing this? Like, I had zero idea that they are part of the McKay family.
I'm a huge super fan and I had no fucking clue. Like,
their names are Roy and Troy McKay.
I know, I was cracking up when you told me.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I also didn't know McKay's name was not McKay. I didn't know that was his last name.
Yeah, his name's Chris. Chris
That's
McKay,
so
but everyone calls him McKay.
Chris
I did know that, but I didn't fucking know that those goons were his brothers.
That's so weird.
It makes sense that they're all idiots, though.
It does make sense.
Bunch of idiots.
So then, kind of just to wrap up our little like review of this episode, there's 2 very emotional, important scenes. They kind of speak for themselves, so I don't really feel the need to go too into it, but I do have to say, like, Rue and Jules' first kiss and the whole scene of them kind of like having this fight play out. It's like such an iconic moment for all of us super fans. I mean, it's their first kiss. It's sadly like not the best because it happens, but I think Jules is very taken aback. I don't think she expected it at all. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I mean, I don't know. I just thought like she looked very surprised. I think she was obviously like being really intimate with her. So it's like well, yeah, you're gonna kiss her nose to nose.
I mean, they get in a little bit of a fight because Rue's being super protective of Jules and doesn't feel good about her going to meet Tyler at the park late at night alone. She knows that's a little sus, but she's probably also a little jealous. And then Rue's feeling real shitty at school when Jules isn't texting her back and doesn't show up for class and all that. Like,
and it
we've
causes
all been
her
there.
so much anxiety, which is
feel
really
so
sad.
anxious. It fucking sucks. So she goes to her house to set shit straight.
But also, not even just to set shit straight. Like, Rue does such a great job because she's so vulnerable. And, like, to admit all that, it's really fucking embarrassing. So it's, like, kind of sad. And that's why Jules, I think, is so quick to, like, just forgive her and, like, doesn't even care. She's like, wow, this is the first time, like, I've seen Rue really, like, open up and, like, break down.
Yeah. And then they kiss. Well, mostly Rue kisses Jules.
And then she goes, I'm sorry.
Jules
she
seems
runs
pretty
off.
Surprised. Rue runs off. She's just feeling like she's kind of a hot mess at this point, probably, with everything.
Well, she's embarrassed because Jules doesn't really respond in a way that's like, oh, I want this. It's like
She's mostly just surprised.
Yeah, but that's not the reaction you want when you first kiss someone.
Yeah.
So
Rue's having a bad time. She freaks out.
She bikes to Fezco's.
Yeah. She wants the drugs. Like, she needs the drugs. And
at this point, it's a no-brainer. She's like, I need to get high. Like, this shit sucks.
Yeah. Fezco's a gem. And does the right thing and basically, like, turns her away. He's a really good friend. He's like, I'm not going to watch you, like, kill yourself. And despite her saying, like, the worst, awful, like, meanest things you could ever say to, like, sweet Fezco, he still doesn't let her in.
Totally. And also, this scene is definitely Zendaya's best, I think, in the whole show. I mean, she does a great job all throughout, but this is, like, a really, like, intense emotional scene. And I definitely remember the first time watching it, I was, like, fucking shook. Because this is, like, little Zendaya that I've seen on Shake It Up on Disney Channel. This is her real first breakout moment as an actress, truthfully. I don't care what anybody else says.
I think she's been really good all season, but this is, like, definitely pretty next level. Yeah, but
she really goes there.
Yeah,
she really goes there, and it's believable. You're not like, oh, this is very melodramatic. Like, it's very intense, and for someone that's never been an addict, it's very, like, you feel it. You're like, fuck, that's so sad. Yeah, totally. So she does a great job. Like, she should have gotten an Emmy. Also, Euphoria just should have got an Emmy in general. Like, what a fucking snub.
Snubbed.
So then, the episode essentially ends with her calling Ali.
She hits up Ali. Although before the end, we do kind of have a little more of a conclusion. Not a conclusion, but we have a little more cat action. A little more cat character development before the end, too. She goes to the mall with Maddie, and she wants to fuck the guy with the snake bites.
You're right. So she kind of comes full circle for her episode, you're saying? Like,
yeah. And I mean, she has an end to her story arc. So she goes to the mall. She wants to fuck the snake bite guy.
She doesn't want to, but she's like daydreaming about it.
She has such bad taste in men. Like, I'm sorry, not to shit on Kat, but so far in the series, she's gone from Wes.
I don't think the snake bite guy is that ugly.
He's not, like, hideous.
He just looks like a skater dude or something.
But he has snake bites. And what year is it? Like, it's 2020.
I don't know. Maybe
he's out here rocking
hot.
the snake bites. Like,
once again, though, when you're learning your sexuality in high school, like, honestly, like, I hooked up with some guys that are real, like, not real ugly, but, like, that I wouldn't be proud of today. So I don't know.
Well, she's 3 episodes in, and so far she's got Wes, a.k.a. McLovin, Tiny Dick Diaper Man, and now Snake Bite Guy.
I mean, Tiny Dick Diaper Man, those for money.
But, like, she's also looking at Ethan a little bit, so things are looking up for her.
And she's changed her style, and you hate that because she makes some dumb comment. But I love that she's.
But yeah, then she shows up at school in her new Hot Topic outfit, and she makes me laugh out loud at this point.
I think it's fair to say though that like it's cool that she's like fine. At least she has something. Like I think before she like didn't really have any direction, and now I think she feels very empowered. It's like
she's feeling.
I'm
herself.
Getting paid to pretty much do nothing but watch a guy jack off.
She's
like I'm getting
herself.
paid.
To her credit, she's listening to X Gon Give It To You.
Yeah, and she's changed her aesthetic. She's kind of like what's her aesthetic? Like punk rock? I don't know.
No, it's like Hot Topic.
Like S&M.
It's like
she's got the leather, the vinyl.
It's like mall S&M.
Totally. But you know what? She rocks it, and I think it's like I overall think it's a better transition for her personally. But yeah.
She does make me laugh a lot though because Ethan's like, what's up? Like,
yeah, like what happened to you?
What's up with this?
Well,
and she just goes, she goes, I changed. Like, it's like, oh, you mean you just went to the mall and bought a dress from Hot Topic? Like,
Alex, you're so harsh on Kat. But yes, that is kind of cheesy, but also like, Ethan, please, you're probably still wearing a medieval shirt under that plaid shirt. So like, yeah, you don't know shit about style. So like,
at least he knows himself.
Oh my god.
But fair, I'm kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding. Fair.
So, yeah, I mean, that's when the episode comes to an end. Like we already said, you know, it's Rue calling Ali and is like, "Can we please get pancakes?"
Yeah, Rue wants pancakes, and Kat is like,
she doesn't want pancakes.
Cat's the new confident cat.
Like I want
to
chat. She doesn't call. She just wants pancakes.
No, she wants the pancakes. No. She's hungry.
She needs advice. She doesn't just want fucking pancakes. So yeah, I think it's time to get into our superlatives.
All right, so best dress page. Who you got?
Maddie. And it's for the iconic, it's not actually Chanel, I don't think, but it looks like a Chanel outfit. The pale pink and purple. Mm-hmm. And that makeup is incredible. So
I
Maddie
love that outfit, but for me, this is where it really came together for Jules, especially in that montage. She's had like some pretty cool outfits so far in the show, but in this episode, we get like the full like tour de force
full
of
glam.
Jules' style. We get like 5 or 6 different looks from her. They're all like
Fire.
Killer. It's Jules all the way.
Jules definitely kills it, so.
All right, worst dressed.
What was your choice?
For me, it's gotta be
Diaper Man.
It's gotta be our boy Johnny Unite USA, aka Tiny Dick Diaper Man.
Yeah, Tiny Dick Diaper Man.
He shows up for their Skype date wearing a wife beater and like a
white Hanes
and like
briefs.
Yeah, like
Fruit
white
of the Loom.
like tidy whities that I literally thought was a diaper when they first showed up.
Yeah.
So
it's either Pampers or Fruit of the Loom.
Doesn't get much worse in the style category than that.
It's fucking filthy.
How about your bae of the episode?
Bae of the episode for me is Cassie. Mostly because she watched my Insta story live. Secondly because she drinks a goldfish and like owns that college party like she's a senior in college when really she ain't. She's a senior in high school.
For me, it's Fez. He's like he's just such a good guy. He has such a good heart. He really cares about Rue. She wants those drugs, and even though he's a drug dealer, he's like the heart of gold, like, you know, type, the gangster with the heart of gold. He doesn't let her in. He cares. He's got a Liquid Swords shirt on. My man.
He's your man. Then who's next?
Big dirty purple rat bastard.
That's a mouthful, especially when you're drunk.
It is.
So obviously for both of us, the diaper man.
It's the Tiny Dick Diaper Man. He is literally a big, purple, dirty rat bastard. Yeah. He's so white. He's like purpley, like. Ugh. Yeah, he is
He kind of looks like a rat. You could picture him being like.
Yep. He is everything
his
that.
Little teeth in his little hands.
Yeah.
His little dick.
Yep. He's the whole thing.
Do rats have dicks?
He's the whole package. Of course they have dicks.
Oh, okay.
They got tiny little rat dicks.
I was wondering.
Yeah. How about Class Clown?
Class Clown. Kat.
Yeah.
I think she's funny in this one.
I actually said Kat too because she made me laugh a couple times. In the beginning, she's rolling around in the ocean, which I thought was funny.
She writes the fanfic about stupid Louis Tomlin. I can never even say his name. One
Tomlinson.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, she's funny about it.
She's making like bad Holocaust jokes later, which is kind of funny. And then like on the unintentional side, she's got that cat mask, which is also very funny.
Yeah, she's just, but like in a good way, she's funny. Yeah, I love it.
How about
love
best couple?
Some Cat. Who?
Best couple.
Oh, best couple. Okay, so for me, this is kind of weird because normally it's always Rue and Jules, but this time I'm gonna have to say Cassie and McKay. I don't normally root for them throughout the season, but like this episode in particular, I feel like they have a great date night. Like it's fun college night. They're like grinding. It's hot. They have hot like divey bathroom sex. And I think Cassie really steps up, and I don't know. I think McKay a little bit redeems himself. Like not fully, but like he's cute when he says goodbye to her. He says I love you in the car, and like they kiss, and then it's really cute.
Nah, McKay is still whack. It's rules for me. This is like peak like teen drama, like I'm not really like a teen drama type guy, but if there's like teen dramas I can get down on, it's this kind, like the Rue and Jules kind, where it's cute and like
it's real.
She's embarrassed, like I feel it, like I feel the anxiety and all the teen feels like come through here. So yeah,
they have the most honest relationship. I feel like a lot of the other characters in this season, their relationship is very stereotype high school, and that like it's meaningless. Where I feel like Rue and Jules have more, like it's a little bit more mature.
Mm-hmm. And
weirdly,
you know?
And
this is where you really start to see it because like Jules is lusting after Nate Tyler the whole episode, and then at the end, like Rue's been jealous. It's clearly been showing. Like Jules has been flirty intentionally with Rue. She's kind of been like pushing her a little bit, even though she's super into Tyler.
I think Jules pushes her because I think, to be fair, like I'm more of a Jules. I'm very like dominant, so I like, meaning like. You can tell she makes all the first moves. Rue's very like quiet and like awkward and has a ton of anxiety. So I kind of always understand Jules and that sometimes she's a little frustrated and kind of like pushes Rue because it's like, I think she so badly hopes that Rue will like make the first move, but Rue's just not that type.
Interesting. I kind of read it the other way where she's being like the flirty friend, but is like knowingly like flirting with Rue, but kind of like doesn't ever think Rue will do anything about it, or is like,
but then Rue does.
Catching the feels or anything, but then Rue does, and I think that kind of like catches her off guard, and she's like kind of like taken aback, but kind of into it.
But what I'm saying,
but I don't think she was expecting that.
But I think Rue's caught off guard as well. I don't think Rue planned to kiss her. I think it was like one of those things where Rue read it wrong. She was like, oh, because they were like nose to nose, and Jules was like, oh my god, like hugs her. We're going in deep, but like really, that's what I think. I think they like. She wasn't planning it either. I don't think she was like, fuck.
I don't think she was planning to kiss Jules, but I think she's been feeling Jules for a while.
Sure, but I wouldn't even call that making the first move. I think it was an accident.
Yeah, agree.
She wasn't going into that situation going, okay,
no,
this is really scary, but like, I'm going to kiss Jules.
No, I don't think that either. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, that was a good episode. There was a lot there. Oh, I still have that tiny dick on my mind. I need to drink more. I hate that guy.
Yeah, wash away.
We should look up his real name. He's
in the credits. In the credits, he's listed as Johnny Unite, but he's got his name in there.
Yeah, we need to look it up.
It was something really basic where I was like, I'll never find this guy. It was like John Pope or something.
Yeah.
But I'll try.
We're so thankful for anyone who's listening. We love our super fans. Please continue to follow all of our posts on Instagram, _Euphoric. Follow us, like us, subscribe, anything you want to do. Like, we love the support. We want to keep recording episodes that are super fun. So give us any feedback you think would be great. We're both very receptive, but like not that receptive. So we might make some like changes if you think of anything cool. But yeah, we're here for the fans. So like, tell us what you want. Also, we should be on Apple Music by the time these two drop. We're not positive, but if we are, leave us a 5-star review. That is like the best thing that you could do for us. We are just out here in this quarantine. We are struggling. We could really use the support. We're in New York. We're like going fucking crazy. So we love you all. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next Tuesday when we drop episode 4. Let's go get drunk, Alex.
Yes.